Hey guys, Trevor H here. Welcome to another episode of the Who Are We podcast. Today I got a special guest with me, Sumon Miah. How you going?
Hello.
Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah. Also
Just
to you because I'm really grateful and feeling honorable to join your podcast and thank you very much.
no, that's fine. Before we get started, I just got a disclosure. This is our session's going to be recorded, and we're going to upload it to the YouTube and put some links on LinkedIn or whatever for some promotional work and that sort of stuff. Yeah, so just letting you know that. So the idea is we're just trying to talk about ourselves and our own identity and just let other people know who we are in hope that it may encourage other people to look within themselves and try and work out who they are. So I feel it's something that's missing at the moment, and I think it's good for everyone just to explore identity. So let's get to it. Who is Sumon Miah, and what does he stand for?
Come back again, please.
I just said, yeah, we'll just get started. So who is Sumon Miah, and what does he stand for?
Okay. Uh, Basically, I'm a full stack digital marketer. I have started since 2020 and 2018, and since then I was working as a freelancer on a marketplace like Upwork and Fiverr. After working a few months there, I feel something else that I need something for myself. I need something my own. Then I was thinking about entrepreneurship and my own agency, and I have started before 2020, and I have started, and pandemic was started, and my life took a great change, especially when I got COVID positive for almost 2 weeks. I had no sense. Actually, I was alive, but wasn't alive. Just was breathing, and uh, my thought process got something that it's not a life what I was leading. Actually, that was very stressful. So I need to change myself. I don't know how I thought that, but maybe God, uh, that was God's willing, and I was. Uh, Jump to learn religion, learn to body science, and etc. And I learned a lot of things that I need to be anxious free. I need to be stress free. And actually, at that time, my main friend become YouTube and leaders, life coaches, spiritual coaches. They become my um, guru, and I started to learn from their videos, and finally I thought I was facing two things. One is uh, my digital marketing is my career, my passion, my everything, but I was getting involved in spiritual sector day by day, but I was just out of sense what to do with this two different side. My digital marketing is totally different from my spiritual side. So finally one day I was thinking about that, what to do, how can I change myself. It's uh, making conflict within me, and finally I was thinking, why don't I work for those people who are working for well-being industry. I uh, i got i benefited from their speech, from their direction. Then why don't I spread it to the other people. And finally I become the digital marketer for well-being professionals, coaches and well-being professionals, and that's all about me.
Well, that's amazing. So that all started from getting sick from COVID for 2 weeks. You were quite sick and reflecting on your life at that time.
Exactly. And
Yeah, and yep.
yeah, please.
Sorry, keep going. Yeah, from getting sick to COVID to trying to think about your life and trying to find a stress-free and anxiety-free life, and then you got into marketing, and that's what you're doing full time now.
Yeah.
That's good. And how do you find now when stress or pressure in your work, and how are you dealing with some of these anxieties? Is there no anxiety in what you're doing now, or have you come up with some other strategies to help with that sort of stuff?
Yeah, obviously, work is always stressful if we can't manage our time, if we fail to manage ourselves. Basically, when I was facing mm, such kind of stress, I feel the need of time management, and finally I found that time management is nothing except managing managing myself, my 24 hours. And before I realized that I was working all day long, almost sometimes some days more than 14 hours. So it was just hampering my daily life schedule, and as well as my sleeping, my food habit, my each and everything was hampering by that. And then I took 3 steps that I need to sleep well at any cost, and it should be on a regular basis, as well as a deep sleep. Not only sleep by hours, but I need a deep sleep. So I started work for that, and after sleeping, I have splitted my other works into two parts: my daily must be done task, and my professional task. And finally, I get right of that problem. Now I am working very smoothly, especially uh, as I am working from my home. I don't have to waste my time on transportation and somewhere else, so I can manage it very well. When after waking up, I spend 3 hours for myself. It's mandatory. My prayer, my exercise, my pranayam, I mean breathing exercise, as well as my family, then my breakfast. And after completing my breakfast, I get sit in front of my computer, and for almost 4 to 6 hours with break. And after that, at mid noon, I take my rest for my bathing, my lunch, as well as my family. And sometimes I take a nap also. uh, Very few little sleep or rest. Then I get started again. What I have started right now, it's at 3:40 p.m. my according to my place. And after that, after I take rest at the before evening, and after completing my prayer, I get back to my computer again, and do do the wrapping of my whole day, what I have did, and what to do for next day. And sometimes I need to do prospecting, and I also do that at that time, client meeting.
So you found prioritizing sleep was very important for you, and then once you
Exactly,
prioritize your
exactly,
deep
exactly,
sleep,
exactly.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, and 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 your family time and your professional time, um, you had to try and juggle the rest of the hours after your sleep to try and sort of fit that in.
exactly. Before starting my regular sleeping schedule, I was just out of my sense of what to do, how can I manage that. But when I started doing that, I splitted my day, starting from my sleeping when I'm going to bed. It's it's the start of my day, not after waking up. So
Okay.
it works for me.
Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense because, um, yeah, like you say, sleep. If you don't get a good night's sleep, it's hard to focus on what you achieve. But the other thing I
Exactly,
got from that is you're planning your next day before you start your sleep.
exactly. And
Yeah,
it's really a very strong weapon for me, and
yeah,
I emphasize it as my main task. The starting task is
yeah.
the main task, because I have noticed that when I get a proper sleep, the whole day I spend in full energetic, with a good mood, and al- always I'm active, super active. But without the proper sleep, I'm just
Yeah.
by the way,
Yeah, and it's a good. Yep.
yeah, please continue.
Yeah, yeah. It makes a lot of sense because if you get up and get your blood, because you mentioned about exercise as soon as you get up and your prayers and you do all the self care. That seems like a lot of self care stuff that
Exactly,
you're doing, and you're saying sort of you're managing yourself better, and that's helping you get through the day and through your professional career and managing your anxiety and that just by focusing on yourself. I've just lost you for a minute. Sorry.
sorry for the inconvenience.
That's all right. That's all right. That's no problems. That was no, that was really good. That was really good insight. And thank you for sharing that. So I got prioritizing your sleep. That's your number one thing you focus on, and self care to look at after
Exactly.
yourself is what you're about. Have you got any other final messages for any people that might be listening to this um, moving forward?
Yeah, as you are an entrepreneur and also inviting for entrepreneurs, so I think that our main audience should be entrepreneurs. So what I can share our for my entrepreneur brothers is that take care yourself. This is the main thing, because whatever we do, we have to use our body, our mind, our brain, and our brain is the main part of our body. So we have to take care of that. uh, in our Bengali, there's a phrase, যে ধনে উৎপত্তি প্রাণধন সেই ধনের হলো না যতন. That's mean our life, our living, our joy, each and everything comes from our body. Then so we have to take care of that.
That's very good advice, and I'd like to thank you for spending some time with us today and getting us to know a bit more about you. And perhaps later on in the podcast we can catch up again and check out what you're up to. Eh?
By the way, can I ask something to you?
Yes, yes.
What's your main
Yep.
business?
Well, I got a for me I got a small cattle property. So I breed miniature cows for pets. Is probably the biggest endeavour that I got. But I also do mental health work. So mainly go for walks with people. I'm a big advocate for the outdoors, getting out and moving as well, and exercise. I find a link between physical exercise and mental health helps contribute to your overall well-being, similar to what you were saying. But so generally, just empowering people to get them out of bed and get them out into the national parks and go for walks and that sort of stuff. So spending time with my cattle. I've got a horse program and a few other ventures going on. I also do a bit of 3D design and modelling and that sort of stuff. But generally, I'm like a river and flow to wherever I'm needed.
Yeah, I
So
got it. Uh,
yeah,
Actually,
yeah,
ultimately, you are a free man, and helping people to be free mentally, physically, and spiritually.
yeah, yeah, and that's what I'm hoping this podcast and talking to people like you, I feel helps just because a lot of the messages are universal, aren't they? And I know your perspectives is slightly different to mine and the next person's, but hearing you say that the number one thing is sleep is quite insightful. I haven't heard that before. That's very good, because I've always known that sleep is very important, but that's the first time that that's the number one priority has been identified for someone.
Okay,
So that's quite
there's
unique.
a scientific reason behind it. This is because when you are doing a lot of exercise, physical exercise, then you are getting a proper sleep. But when we are detached from that exercise, from sunlight, when we are working a long time in front of computer, then we have a sleeping disorder. It's very simple for us. But when we are attempting to do that, we need to focus on physical exercise as well, because without proper exercise we can get the proper sleep.
Yeah, and that's quite insightful, because that's something that I've struggled with my whole life with what I do, is because like even now it's like you can see it's dark here sort of thing, and sometimes I'm working at midnight or working at 2 a.m, or regular routines is very difficult, and it's something that I've never been able to achieve. I sort of just work when I work and sleep when I sleep. I've never prioritized sleep, but I know I've been trying to prioritize drinking water and exercise, and I know that if you get a good sleep, it's easy to exercise, because if you're tired and you, like you say, mentally drained, it's hard to put the physical effort in that you need to get through it. So it does make a lot of sense, and I feel there's a lot of value in what you say there, and it's very helpful. Thank you very much for sharing.
Yeah, also thank you, because you are working for well-being for human being, and it's a really salutable profession. I think you are enjoying this very much. Am I right?
Thank Yeah, it's been good. Yeah, it's been good. And the main thing, I suppose, is just trying to get people to participate in these conversations, and have a listen to what other people are saying, and hopefully, if we get enough diversity on the podcast, then people will be able to relate to certain things that other people are saying to help them find something. So I feel this podcast is going to be beneficial in the long run, and just finding people like yourself to spend a couple of minutes and talking about what they're up to. And it's interesting, because I got COVID too. I got COVID a few times, but it was never really that I wasn't that sick really. I just caught it, but the test told me I had it. But hearing you say that you got that sick for a couple of weeks, that you couldn't, you're on the verge of death, is quite, that's quite extreme or whatever. And using that as motivation to create better outcomes moving forward is, that's quite powerful.
Okay.
So thank you for sharing your thoughts, and we might catch up later on in the podcast. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
No worries.
Have a great
No worries.
evening, and take care.